Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of Between the Rows.
This is
1871.
We're on 3.
We're on 3? Oh
We're on
my
3.
God, already on 3. This is rough, guys. Well, anyway.
Not having a good time.
Oh, boy. It's been a long day, and it's like the afternoon. All right.
When you walk into the office and they're like, hey, man, what's up? And you're like, it's been a long day. And they're just like, it's 8 a.m.
Yes. We don't have any announcements. This is apparently episode 3. Thanks for stopping by. By now, you should hopefully know. But we're not playing D&D. It's a different system. There's an explanation sometime in this episode that will explain how the system works. Or you can ask us. We're probably in chat because this is pre-recorded.
Hi, Lydia.
Don't say hello again.
Hey, Dan.
If you haven't seen the original Between the Rows, we advise that you do it. It's on YouTube, podcast, pretty much everywhere else. It's great.
It's pretty awesome.
Other than that, you're probably here from our regular stream on Monday. That's where the majority of our stream content comes from. But if you haven't seen it before, it's real fun. The player in this game, DJ, is our DM. It's great. We also have table scraps probably sometime this week, unless
Thursday.
Something else has come up, normally on a Thursday. So a Thursday afternoonish is normally the goal. But I don't think I have anything else to do. Oh, by the way, I reminded myself 2 episodes ago, apparently. I'm supposed to tell you, death is permanent in this game. If one of the players dies, not only the character, but also the player is
Also
gone.
dies.
They will not be in the rest. They die in
consequences.
real life.
Yeah.
We
There's
signed a
nice
pact.
certificates.
Yes, they're linked intrinsically. So if someone dies, you will not see them on future episodes.
Ever. On
Ever
anything.
again. Never again. They're off. They're off
Wait.
the planet.
They're
So that
destroyed.
means we need to get rid of Benedict.
Yeah. Thank God. Anyway, let's get into it. Roll that clip, Drew.
Welcome, weary wanderer, be you friend or foe, where winds of fate have begun to change the land of Chicago. There, money, magic, and mystery flow like blood and wine, and traitors lie waiting patiently, counting borrowed time. Beneath the streets and alleyways, a labored breathing slows, as ravenous flames await their prey and burn between the rows.
All right. It's episode 3, 1871. Let's get into it. Last we left off, our group of ne'er-do-wells, I like the word. I suppose in the last episode, that's when you guys descended below the city. They traveled into, if you missed it, which I sure hope you haven't because you missed a bunch, Chicago at this point in time has been raised somewhat off the ground to allow like aqueducts or like sewer systems to run beneath. Our group, following the trail of Sylas's missing brother Vincent, descended below the city into a kind of cavern system that shouldn't exist. They went deeper and deeper below the city. Everything kind of dried out. They're now in stone. There are carvings on the wall from all sorts of different mythology. They went through a very, very narrow section that was relatively claustrophobic and cost one of them a good ankle and one of them some mental fortitude, aka Aubrey and Benedict, in that order. Speaking of fortitude, they stumbled across a very scary situation in the last episode. A very large dog, a Varkalak, as learned by Aubrey, chased them down the hallway into a room where they had to solve a puzzle revolving around the 4 Greek gods of the wind. When they did, they revealed a spinning wheel that they cut the thread on, allowing them to finally hurt the Varkalak. But in the process, Lucio got absolutely ragdolled. Badly. Punctured lungs.
It was not good.
Absolutely broken.
Broken chew toy.
But thanks to Aubrey repurposing her previous bandage, as a reminder, Audrey, I'm sure that you know, your physical condition returned once you removed that bandage. But gosh. You rolled 1 success, correct? I'm pretty sure I'm correct.
Yes.
I remember very well.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I now want a t-shirt that says Lucio lost his squeaker. That's all I want now.
You want a t-shirt?
Well, you don't always get what you want.
Sorry, I just thought about that and I wasn't paying attention to you because I found that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's genius.
Yes, we got 1 success on that.
1 success means that you remove the broken condition from your conditions. All the others remain.
Gross.
You were fading into unconsciousness. The floor and the walls were all fading into nothingness as you lay there, moved over face up, the ceiling miles away in your eyes. Darkness begins to close in, and right before it completely fades to black, you see a distant bluish white light. You reach up towards it, and it descends down, and you see not exactly a figure, but a hand does reach out to you from this light. And as it brushes your fingertips, you open your eyes with a start back on the ground. What this means is, Lucio, you gained an insight. Once in this mystery, you can use it to do one of 4 things. You can either add, in the case of this insight, Guardian Angel, a +4 to an agility test. You can have a vision of some sort that will give you some insight into the mystery or an event. You can grant someone else the ability to see Vysen for basically a scene. So once you're out of this specific area or instance, it fades away. Or you can momentarily decide what an NPC is thinking or feeling in a very brief moment, something along the lines of, she believes me, or she hates me, whatever you would specifically want.
They're scared of this. Yeah.
But nothing too crazy like, yes, I'm going to narrate this for the next 10 minutes.
She sees a vision as she walks along. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But as for the rest of you, Lucio wakes up, breathing barely, punctured lungs ain't easy to fix. But he's alive.
I just give him a big hug.
Careful, that's probably not gonna feel too great. Hold on. And I'm like trying to like keep Lucio from moving too much.
Trying to keep Sylas from accidentally killing him again.
Yeah.
Just like squeeze the lungs, just like goes and starts doing CPR.
No, I want to get rid of you. He's breathing again. He shouldn't be able to recover.
Thanks.
Not as in like ever, but right now he needs help is what I mean. He can't recover from this on his own. It's extremely injured.
Yeah, no, I don't think a few bandages are gonna fix this.
What do we do?
How long do we have?
Dark hole.
Oh,
there could be more of those down here.
Unless something were to injure him physically again, he's stable.
That's good.
Like he's not going to worsen at any point in time. But now, as a reminder, there are some ways to remove conditions. You can spend a moment with your memento, and that can take away a condition. You guys are out of medical supplies at the moment, so you cannot use them to get rid of anything like that. If you had more, you could also use those.
Does the memento get rid of all conditions or just one?
Just one.
2.
Dang.
Nope,
That's
just one. I thought it was 2. Checked up on it. It's 1.
Oh, it is just 1?
Yep, just 1.
Oh, heck.
Okay. What do we want to do?
Can you stand, Lucio?
Yeah, okay.
I help.
Yep.
He's up.
This is a
That's good. At least he can
slow
move.
process.
It'd be much worse if we had to carry him.
I,
Now, DM, is there any, like, door or exit path that's different from the one we entered now, since we finished that little riddle?
No.
It's just back the other way where the dog came from.
Looks like it. We should go cautiously. The good news is if there is anything else down here, it should have already showed up, I would imagine, with all of the noise.
Right. And yes, the gunshots.
Now, this is the question. Do we press forward or go back? We've made it this far.
I'm okay to keep going. I'm okay.
I don't believe you.
I would like to use my insight to make things
Insights can't heal you. Sorry about that, but
No, to make her believe that I'm okay.
oh, no, she's not an NPC. Sorry.
I
Dang
have a
it.
player.
Ah, heck.
I'm a player.
Lydia, I will send you chocolate. Boom. Done. Bribed.
If you would have used Starburst, it would have been way more effective.
Starboard.
Honestly, I'm out of Cheez-Its. If it was Cheez-Its, I would. But
Got him.
Would we be able to fast track this and maybe like go back and get more medical supplies?
Do you want to leave the cave system?
Hey,
I don't know.
I'm so nervous.
Also, I will say, Lucio will still have to make a check to squeeze back through that area.
Ooh, and he's got
my
that
lungs aren't as thick, you know. I'm a little thinner now.
If anything, they would be thicker because they're full of blood.
Also, guys,
And they're bandaged.
remember
Yeah.
how this game works. There are events that are ticking down, and so if we take
Yes.
time to get medical supplies, then that event
I
will
don't-
have a higher chance of happening
Yes.
before we figure
Yes.
the next.
And
My-
we're trying to beat the city burning down in 2 days or whatever.
my brother
don't
is
know
my
that.
brother is kidnapped and is dying. Probably, I would like to go get him.
yeah, okay.
I can still serve. We can keep going.
Lucio, here, Benedict, help him.
Sure,
Just
absolutely.
take it slow, all right?
Uses an arm to kind of help him leverage.
Is there something that I can take to be like a walking stick?
Yeah, you can kind of repurpose part of the spinning wheel.
Okay. I go and I break like a leg off the stand or something.
Yeah, you there's like a long rod that connects like where the wheel is to the back half to kind of create like a stand for it. You just kind of like to like crack that off and get to going.
Yeah, this is
Sorry,
great.
go-
This is
go
fine.
Go grab that the long portion. Give me the stick.
I'm totally confident in our abilities.
That's how
You should be, because you guys are very good at your job.
Just take it slow.
Mhm.
Aubrey and I will lead. We'll try and be a few paces forward. Try and see if we spot anything before anything bad happens. Be fine.
Aubrey,
Give me
your
that stick.
ankle
Yeah,
is it okay? Can you continue as well?
I think if Lucio can keep going, I can definitely keep going.
This is very
Okay.
important, Drew. Did you give me my stick?
Yes.
Just killed him.
You too. I'm just kidding.
Sylas.
Yes.
Sylas, it's come to my attention that this is quite a dangerous endeavor.
Well,
And I-
no. Oh, my goodness.
I
You
want
think?
you to know. Yes, I can tell. I want you to know, Sylas, that whatever things were between us earlier, that they shouldn't be now. You can trust me. I lost family when I was young to these things. And since your brother is gone, I will ensure you that as long as we're in the situation, I'll do what I can to get him back. It's a terrible thing that's happened. And I'm sorry.
Thank you.
We should continue before another one of those things come, though.
We should.
It's gonna be another one of those things.
Well, just in case.
I can take him.
No, you are not going to do that.
Hopefully just a greyhound.
Although,
this next time.
now we know how to solve the puzzle, so...
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll come across an exact identical copy of this exact puzzle. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
I love the confidence. All right, so you guys head back down that kind of U-shaped hallway.
Yes.
Don't worry, you don't hear any growls coming from that area. The torches are more lit down the hallway that you went down. They slowly start to, there's less occurrence of them as you go down this right U.
I would like to attempt to carry Audrey's books again.
No,
Audrey, let me carry the books.
no,
Let me.
no, limping away. No, you're not. Wait, but that's not even a thing, because remember she left him.
Oh yeah, they're still
She just has her
behind.
She has her journal, but that's it.
Audrey, let me have the journal.
No.
That may be useful.
Please.
You never know. So you head down this right hallway. It is a longer walk. Like the view to the left was pretty short. This one goes on a bit farther. It kind of resembles like the grease trap of a sink, where like it goes down and then there's like a deep U, but then goes right back up to being that like a level base. It begins to get darker as torches are less and less common, until you eventually reach another door. This one is like kind of like a dark iron,
Wait.
big round arched door with two large rings and like iron studs on the outer edge.
I'd like to examine the door.
Roll an investigation check.
All right, perfect. Oh yeah, that's done differently. How many dices do I roll? That's
Wait, what do I do again?
How many dices?
This is the issue.
How many
with
dices?
hopping back and forth between modules.
Guys, I didn't roll any successes. I rolled 8 dice. Well, 1 dice 8 times.
It is a
One
it is
die,
a
8
large
times.
Yeah.
iron door. You would put it at probably 7 foot, maybe 8 feet, somewhere in between there.
How thick?
Yes, it's a door.
It is much like the other door. It is a pull door, not a push door.
It is a pull, though. Don't try to push. That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, real embarrassing.
Yes, Sylas.
Could I look at the ground around the door and see if I notice any like scrapes or grooves in the ground that would indicate somebody's been through here recently?
That's excellent. I will also let you add your tracking bonus to this vigilance check.
Fantastic.
Does the door look like locked in any way?
No, you don't see a lock.
One success.
Is there any movement? I won't. There isn't like a definite footprint or like, oh yeah, clearly someone has been just walking past here. Ho ho. But you do see that there is like a very faint impression of where the door would like open, that like it kind of touches the floor just barely. That could or could not be more recent than not, but it definitely has been opened before.
Okay.
One last thing. I'd like to listen into the door to see if I can hear anything on the other side.
This will be a vigilance.
All right. Were you about to say something, Drew?
No.
Oh, I thought you were. Okay. Don't worry, I gotta roll my 1 dice 6 times.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
5, 6.
oh, that's 4 successes.
Hey! way!
I can really.
I like it how we roll. Like, just it's all or nothing. You know.
Well, you see, as I said, it's getting pretty dark here. So, like, you're like, yeah, look at a door. Your hearing is still fine. Your vision is just a little bit impaired. So you lean up. You do hear very faint. It sounds like water.
I hear water, but nothing else.
Well, that makes sense.
While they're doing this, I'm gonna go grab one of the torches. Hobble over.
Awesome. Yeah. It's maybe like 15 feet back. There's just a torch lit on the wall. Just a standard wooden, like, you grab it and walk down.
Mm-hmm. Just to help light space.
Yeah, you have a torch now.
Cool.
I assume we open the door unless anybody else wants to do anything with this
Are
door.
we opening the door? I'm a little scared to open the door.
I think.
Why would we not open the door? This is where we're going, is it not?
Let's just leave.
I think we would have heard something.
Turn around
There
and
was
go
something
back.
over there.
I attempt to open the door, DM.
Yeah.
You grab
I ready the revolver.
the big, like, steel, like, hand ring, pull it open. It's surprisingly easy. Like, it's a door, but, like, isn't a sound. There's no creaks in the hinges. This is like a very well engineered and well balanced door. Just swings nicely over the stone.
It's it's got it's well greased.
Oh yeah.
It's got that WD-40.
And the room in front of you, barely by the light of the torch, you can tell that there's a center walkway the same width as the door that leads out into, you could assume, the center of the room. You can't actually see the end of it just with your torchlight. And then on either walkway is calm, placid water, pitch black.
Well, this is quite unexpected. They must have taken years to carve something like this out.
I'll hand my torch to Sylas and I'll hobble back and go grab a secondary torch.
Yep, you've got torches.
2 torches. I want 2 torches.
2 whole torches.
2 DVD. Sorry.
Sylas, of your knowledge of the Machiavellis, do you see this, their, whatever they do, to this scale, where something like this is actually possible for them to run? This is quite impressive. Or do you think there's maybe more than what we think going on? My question is, should we be concerned about the beyond here and not just the Machiavellis? Obviously, yes, but in whatever endeavor we're in, it might not just be the Machiavellis.
Right. It certainly would not surprise me if there were some extra help. However, I definitely see it within their power of influence.
Really? I would have never known. But as far as you know, they don't do any dealings with the in-between, as Aubrey calls it?
Well, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, we have our own fair share of dealings with the in-between. It's
right, shocking.
It's just not entirely uncommon. And, well, let's just keep our eyes peeled, shall we?
We shall.
DM.
Yeah.
Looking in this room, nice large pool of water, right? We don't notice any other pathways or doorways, do we?
Not that you can see. The torchlight doesn't quite reach what you would expect to be the center of the room.
Okay.
And it's like a glassy mirror.
Seem to be a way to... We both just pause at the same amount of time to wait for each other. Does there seem to be, does it seem possible to, walk around the
no.
pool? Okay.
It is just one single walkway.
Okay.
And you said it's like the pool itself is like a mirror, like black.
Yeah, it is. It is completely still.
Mm-hmm.
There is just. It's incredibly dark in this room. So
if we move the torch over the water, can we get an idea if there's anything under the water or how deep the water is?
Yes. Roll a vigilance check. Whoever
I will help her with that.
wants to. Yeah, get a +1 to that.
If we're approaching the water right now, because we're away from the water, right? We'd have to approach it to get there.
Well, right now, AJ and I are hanging out real close. We're right next to it.
Ooh.
2. It is deep. Like you would expect this to be, judging from our knowledge, probably deeper than like the deep end of a swimming pool. That much you can tell. There are things like in the water, like classic like water life, like algae and seaweed and things growing up from the bottom.
I just ever so gently poke the surface with my stick. Just to get some ripples going.
Ripples until eventually it settles back down.
Be anything. Is there any reason for this to be here?
And you said there's a walkway across it, like a bridge that goes over it, or a walkway that goes up to
it's exactly on the level that you are standing on, just a stone path that leads straight forwards
through the water.
Yes, through the
with
water.
The water on either side of it.
Are there any still
In fact, the water is maybe only like a half an inch below the edge of the walkway. Like it is almost filled to exact level.
That's a great question. Are there any stalactites?
You look up, it is hard to see the ceiling. Could you roll vigilance for me?
I would love to.
I would also allow investigation if that's better, because you're looking for something specific.
It's so dark that we cannot see the other side of this water expanse.
No, not at the moment.
No successes.
No successes. You look up. Your vision is still kind of flickering in and out here. So you're like, I can't tell if the darkness is my eyes or the actual ceiling.
Yeah.
So you don't see any stalactites. Wouldn't it be such just a murder if I was like, this is how you do a real
That's
break
why I
puzzle.
said I was like...
No. I love it. Go for it.
All right, DJ, here you go.
I am happy for criticism.
DM.
I start walking across.
Wait, hold on.
Lucio. Perhaps I shall go first.
I agree.
I don't like that either.
As much as I would love to agree with that, I'm the one who's already about to die. So no.
Which is exactly why you can't
no,
go
which
first.
is exactly why we don't want you going first.
Your voices are echoing throughout the cavern.
I'm like hobbling behind Lucio, be like, wait, hold on.
You all kind of make your way.
Whoa.
Lucio, you get a little bit farther down. You've got. Did you hand one of the torches off to anyone, or do you just have 2 torches?
So Sylas has one of them.
Sylas has one of them.
The other one.
As you get maybe 10 more feet in, you can see the pathway does end in kind of a little circle.
Like the middle of the lake?
In the middle of the lake, and there is a pedestal of some kind in the middle of that circle.
I don't like it.
Is there any writing anywhere?
Not that you can see. I won't even have you roll a check for this.
Is it big enough, like the circle, for all of us to fit on it? Like, it's not tiny. Okay, cool.
You would put this as probably like, probably around 8 to 10 feet, like in either direction, in radius of the circle.
Okay, and this pedestal, is it something to stand on, or is it something?
The pedestal? No, the pedestal goes up to about sternum height. Okay. It is only about the size of your standard, like, I don't know, dinner bowl. It is flat on top except for a half sphere that has like a groove in it that is a half sphere.
Wait, where's Dumbledore? We gotta feed him the potion.
Oh yeah, of course.
So there's that's the only thing on it. This.
Yeah, you can, now that you're closer with the light, if you guys are like all on that circle, there is a gold, like it is a gold plate on top that does appear to have, roll a learning check, Aubrey.
She's good at that. That's her thing.
That's her skill. That's the thing that you do.
That's the thing. I just hit things real hard.
3.
Awesome. Just a second. I have to search up a thing that I should have had prepared.
Dang it, Aaron. It's definitely
Classic me.
I've been on the internet figuring out the name of my son for the last 10 minutes.
That's the equivalent of flipping through books. It's just like Aaron and his advanced technology.
It counts.
You see what are definitely Nordic runes. Circling the outside.
DM.
With 3 successes, most of them are like pretty damaged or like illegible or smoothed down so you can't even see them. The one that most sticks out to you is Onsu's, which kind of looks like the letter F, but like with like, imagine an arrow, cut off one side, and then add another one of those arrow lines below that. You would know that it has a lot of different meanings, but it also is like the sign of Odin, inspiration and wisdom.
And this is just a little note. I'm loving all the different cultural aspects of this whole thing. You're doing great.
I'm throwing in so many stuff in here.
All the things.
Just doing all sorts of things.
DM, if I take a closer look at the plate, I don't grab it because like the plate you said the gold
it
plate
is like it is sealed to. It isn't like a plate. It's like a gilding of the top of this. It is a sealed golden ring that is connected to the stone pedestal.
Interesting.
So it's a ring that goes around like the half moon.
Yep, and then in the center there is that like dip in the middle.
Is there anything in the bowl?
No. You would say that it's only probably about like, if you put your fingers in a circle, it's about that big.
Okay.
Do I notice any like
a blood sacrifice?
Is there any sort of like residue or like stain in it that I notice?
No.
Stained red.
I mean, if we need blood, we can just bring out one of Lucio's band-aids.
That would require taking them off, and that's you're not sure if you want to do that. You just hold them above and wring them out.
Just crack my ribs.
Yeah.
This is unsettling. It seems like it seems to me like this would probably be used for some sort of ritual or something. At least that's what it looks like.
Do we have any?
I take out my knife.
Oh
yeah.
Wow!
Whoa!
Oh, well, Aaron's about it, so never mind. Go.
And
I
just
say you take out a knife.
Yeah, I just very very gently prick my finger.
Benedict
what are you doing?
And let a little bit of blood drop onto
before
the.
Before you let it drop on
Why did you do that?
Benedict grabs his arm and says, "Are you sure about this? Do you understand the repercussions that you might be agreeing to here?"
Hold on a minute. Hold on. What about me saying that this is a Nordic runes that's often associated with Odin made you think blood sacrifice?
Yeah, wisdom. I know what I'll do. Stab myself.
Lucio said it first, I think.
DJ said it. Lucio did not.
Do you have a better idea?
You know.
So,
Aubrey, it doesn't make any sense for it to be some kind of like blood sacrifice thing, ritual, when it's associated with Odin.
Inspiration.
I don't know. What I know about Odin was that he was a battle tactician and he had one eye and spilled a lot of blood.
Maybe.
So.
That one did.
Well, sure, but that was pretty much like every god, if we're going to be honest.
So this has to deal with Odin.
Odin.
Any other
Inspiration?
details as to what Odin preferred for sacrifices? You know.
Well, how do we even know? Why is there a sacrifice? What if there's something? What if there's something around here that we're supposed to put in there?
That would be under the term of a sacrifice or offering or anything else like that.
What I'm saying is, what if? Oh gosh, you know what?
Clearly, whatever's in here is valuable because it was being guarded by that dog. Remember? We were coming this way, and that's when we were attacked.
Right.
Do we have like a cup or something?
Can I make another learning check to see what all I know about Odin?
Yeah. Definitely. Please roll a learning check while I Google Odin, just to make sure that I know exactly what I know.
I take out a nifty cup and fill it with some water.
I'm happy with trying water.
You have a cup of water now.
I put it in the dimple.
Dimple.
Just like,
Pour a little bit.
I've got a book for this.
A whole
Look,
book
Norse
for
gods.
a dimple?
No, for Norse gods.
Oh, cool.
Page 33.
It has a whole book
What?
on dimples.
What did you roll again, Aubrey?
I got a 1.
That's something.
You got one success?
Yes, but in the meantime, Aubrey's like going over to Sylas and just like grabbing his finger and like applying pressure with her gloves on. And just like,
I assume I never even got at that far because Benedict was apparently grabbing me as soon as I pulled out my knife. So.
Oh no, you definitely pricked your finger. You just saw.
You're
that
just
you were
like
about to
slowly
blood
bleeding.
enough.
It's not a lot. It's not anything crazy.
she's just applying pressure.
You gain a physical condition.
Odin is he's a god of a lot of things.
They call
He
him the
is
All-Father.
he is also known as the All-Father, chief of the gods, their leader, also god of the heavens, god of battle, god of poetry, god of death.
She's just saying this out. See, there's a lot of other things that you could go with other than like battle and blood and things like that. Still applying pressure.
He is incredibly well known for being a seeker of knowledge. Like knowledge is like crazy for Odin. Like that's like what he does. He owns an 8-legged stallion named Sleipnir. He has 2 wolves, 2 ravens.
Just keep going. I just keep going.
And it never misses.
While that's going on, did anything happen when I poured water in the dimple?
No, it's you just have a little dimple of water now.
Well, now full of water.
Can I look and see? Like you said, the other ones were kind of like damaged or worn. Does it look like there's like? Can I figure out what the reason was why they're worn and
Why? What was worn?
the other runes?
Oh, yeah, you can roll some kind of check for me, probably. Let's see. What do I want this to be?
Maybe.
I'm gonna say this is probably going to be a learning check. I'll let this be learning because vigilance, you already know that they're there. This is trying to understand why they're there.
So while Aubrey is holding his finger and all this type of stuff, can I attempt to sneakily prick my finger?
Yeah.
I got 2.
Make a stealth check for me.
Thanks.
Just general wear and tear. Like people have probably touched this. You do know that like for most runes, it's like fine. It's kind of rude to touch the like All-Father rune, because it's like
Can't
this
rub the
is a
cell.
little. Well, he's very scary. He's very contradictory. Odin is known for being a like wise and gracious leader at one moment, and then immediately turning around and being like a conniving, backstabbing, like power seeker. So getting on Odin's bad side is not a thing you want to do.
2 successes for the
2 successes. Yeah, you just real like prick your finger. Do you put it on the?
I put it in the dimple.
Yeah, you put it in the dimple. Nothing happens. You now just have a dimple that has water and blood in it.
Why did you do that,
What?
Lucio.
I didn't do anything.
Lucio?
At this point, I'm pulling out a
Understand what
handkerchief
you might
and
have
like
just
dab.
done.
I'm pulling out a handkerchief and just like dabbing the dimple.
I'm still applying pressure to Silas's finger.
I hope for
you
your
soak
sake
that up.
that has no repercussions. That was not smart of you.
He's also known as the Gallows God. That's just a fun little tidbit
where's
of
the rope?
information.
Dang it, what were we thinking? Get the rope.
He can see the future. He's knowledgeable of Nordic runes.
Nordic runes.
He learned the art of sorcery from the Veneer goddess Freya.
I would like to roll a check on the DM as to if we are making progress or not.
Yeah, roll a manipulation check.
Cool.
Is that a thing you can do?
Apparently.
No. I actually, DJ, you can't do that. Would you like to use your insight?
I got 1 success.
That's not enough.
Dang it.
Would you like to use your insight, Can?
I know, but I don't want to.
Dude, we're making no progress with this puzzle.
You're the one who's literally her whole talent.
No. I'm gonna do my talent. I'm gonna do my talent, which is
the one that puts clues together.
the erudite.
That establishes a fact about something.
Yeah.
It establishes truths about places and phenomena in the game.
Awesome. Yeah, you have to roll a learning check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go kill it.
I feel like we're getting nowhere. Aubrey, you're doing great, but we need something else.
Together.
Something with...
I need something else. I got
That's profound.
2 6s.
2 6s. What would you like to establish as a truth about the area or something, or an NPC or something?
I wanted something with this pedestal and the gold thingy. And the
Gold
runes.
thingy.
Okay. I can give you this. You, specifically Odin, reminds you that you already have something within your inventory that could assist you in this matter. Specifically, the thing that helped you in the last one and gave you a clue, it is more than 1 page. The paper that you found with the writing on it, you only looked at the front page of it.
Oh. She starts walking back. Like limping.
Where are you going?
You have it on you. It's with you.
Oh, I had it with me?
Yeah, it's just a sheaf of paper, like loosely bound, that you just kind of like stuck in your notebook.
You didn't
You okay?
the other pages?
Yeah, you only looked. It's like a sheaf is more than 1 piece of paper, and you guys only looked at the first one.
Did I brought them all with me?
We're an idiot.
Okay.
Not cheat.
What's the next page?
The next page only has 1 sentence on it, and it says, "The all-seeing eye will be your key."
All-seeing eye will be your key. So we need an eye to put in that thing.
Well,
That's kind of what I was
the
thinking.
all-seeing. Well, okay, but the all-seeing eye is Egyptian.
Whoa. But that
Would you
sounds
like to establish some information about the all-seeing eye?
Sure.
Roll a learning check to see what you know about the all-seeing eye in this context.
The all-seeing eye sounds like it would be the eye of Odin. He has 1 eye. He's the god of knowledge. He's...
The all-seeing eye looks like this. I went to Egypt. I promise.
You've even been to Egypt.
Okay, you said...
Wow.
Looks like that.
Yes, very accurate.
Looks like a leaf
It's
bug.
not bad. It's not horrible.
It's not bad. I would agree with not bad.
Oh no, it was pretty bad.
Hey,
I've seen worse.
Well, I don't
Don't you think so?
I don't think it's an Egyptian eye because of the context of the Nordic runes. So
Well, yes,
Well,
but
what
back
I'm
there
saying
it had
is-
a mix of all kinds of different cultures and things like
but
that.
what I'm saying is this particular page may not apply to this particular puzzle. It might be that there's a different page that applies to this one. All I'm saying is it's from a different culture. That's all I was saying.
Hey, Lucio, you made this check once before, but I'm going to have you do it again.
Thanks.
Can you please roll a vigilance check for me again?
I love you. 3 dice, come on. 1 success.
You're getting kind of exasperated with the whole Egyptian eye thing, and people. So you notice now that you're in the center of this area, you look up at the ceiling again. You can see something as well. Above you, connected to the ceiling, probably that fills the entire ceiling, except for maybe a 15-foot gap on either side of the room, there is a massive face. It is a fully carved, you would say that above you is a fully carved, square-jawed head. Bald on the top. Its hair does hang down similar to stalactites. That's the main thing that caught your eye. And then carved into its forehead, across the top of its head, there are like more Nordic runes and symbols that cover it. It has both eyes. Its mouth is closed, but it is a huge stone sculpture of a head.
Does it look like it's looking at any particular spot?
It is looking at the center. It's one of those awkward moments where it's like you could move anywhere and it would be looking at you.
And it would be watching you?
Yeah, but its eyes are in general kind of looking at the center platform.
Okay.
You know, symbols are actually pretty tricky though, because a lot of the different shapes have different meanings for it. Triangles are really important with it. You know, in occult rituals, triangles were used as the actual summoning thing, and then you stood in a circle to protect you from whatever you were summoning.
Well, I'd also imagine that similar symbols in other cultures might mean similar things but slightly different, so we need to nail the culture first, right?
That's a big face.
What, Lucio?
That's a big face.
Look.
Oh my god!
Wow, that is amazing. How did they do that?
How did we miss that?
Yeah, it was dark.
It's called. It's harder to see at the entrance because it's like a 15-foot gap and the light only goes so far. It's also pretty high up.
Eyes
also,
have to adjust. And
a reference of scale, you could probably stand and be as tall as one of its eyes. So
Really?
It's a 6-foot tall eye compared to the rest of the head.
Great.
Which means theoretically.
I don't think that's the eye we're looking for.
Theoretically
And it
speaking,
also
it
has
has like
Norse
24
symbols.
feet long.
And this is
Something like that.
Odin. Can we assume that this is Odin? Does this look like depictions of Odin?
No, I can tell you right now, it does not look like depictions of Odin.
Does it look like any Norse gods that we know of?
Roll a learning check.
Aubrey, what did that paper say again?
It said the all-seeing eye will be your key.
Hey, Aubrey. Does
Yes.
this face look like any Norse gods that you know of?
No. Does it look like
Roll a
it?
learning check for me, Aubrey.
Thanks, because I looked down and I was like, wait, I get a 2 in learning, so we're going to let Aubrey do that. We'll be right back.
I got 2.
Nice.
Yes, you would recognize this. You've never seen a Norse god before, but you would know that this fits some descriptions of Mimir, Mimir. This is a giant. Kind of. It's when it comes to Norse mythology and like what's a giant, what's a god, what's like the fairy gods, because there's the Aesir, the Vanir, there's all sorts of them. It all gets kind of jumbled. But Mimir is the guardian of the Spring of Wisdom. At one point in time, he was traded with there was a peace treaty that was signed, and they traded 2 gods each. So the Vanir and the Aesir switched 2 of their gods. Mimir and one other god named Honir were sent by Odin to Vanaheim. Honir sucked at his job, but for some reason, in revenge for Odin taking 2 of their good gods and sending them 2 bad ones, they cut off the head of Mimir and sent it back to Odin. Odin laid it in the pool of wisdom and then carved runes into his head to grant him life again, so he can still talk and communicate, being an incredibly wise god in forms of battle, seeing the future, all types of things like that.
Interesting. Do you say this out loud, Aubrey?
Yeah. All of it.
Mimir, I call out to the face.
The face does not respond. You hear
No,
not but an echo.
That's stone.
Well,
On their
but
actual
if
face.
it was a god, then they could be a stone. It was just an idea.
DM.
One moment.
And as we're at the center of the room, I take one of the lights and kneel down, and try and see and like try to get my light as close to the wall as I can.
Yeah. What are you? Are you looking for something? Or?
I would like to see if now they're at the center of the room, if we can see something down in the water.
Roll either investigation or vigilance. I will allow either on this one.
I kinda
Vigilance
wanna
a
do it-
general sight. Investigation will be more specific.
Beautiful. I kind of want to do a similar thing, except not so much looking at the water, but looking more at the pedestal. They said it was a fountain of wisdom. So not that I'm expecting it to be like modern day plumbing or anything like that, but I want to see if there's some sort of a link where this dimple that we're talking about could be a quote unquote fountain.
Yeah. Roll an investigation for me.
I did roll investigation and I got one success.
One success. You see that you can see closer to the bottom here. It is clearer around the center.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that the bottom is rock. There are thousands and upon thousands of small stones.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 2.
Two.
2 successes.
You don't see any form of plumbing
Yeah.
per se, but you can tell that there is a seam in between the pedestal and the stone walkway where you are.
So there's a seam. How big is the gap?
Oh, it
It's
is impossible. Like you could not fit a credit card. Those don't exist. But you probably couldn't even fit a crisp American dollar down between that seam. It is
Whoa.
flush.
You think I'm rich enough to risk an American dollar?
No.
Okay.
And then did we learn anything about the all-seeing eye?
Oh, I will also say Mimir and Odin are very close, and there are a lot of stories that revolve around those two. Benedict, you have been wanting to ask me a question for like 3 minutes.
Yes, I've been wanting to ask Lucio a question.
Oh,
He
Lucio,
says-
even better.
He says, "One moment. Lucio, give me your cup. Trust me."
Hand you a
Oh,
cup.
he
Hands
takes
a
a
cup.
cup. First, he'll kind of scoop out the bloodied water.
Yeah.
I
he'll-
got that up.
Okay, perfect. So it's dry. He
Yeah.
said, "The eye of all knowledge." He's looking down at the pedestal. Not Edward. Benedict, that's my character's name. Benedict kind of turns to face the same direction, and he'll look down at the pedestal from above to see if there's any reflection in the gold. When he
Ooh,
looks
that's
at-
really smart. I wish that I was that cool, but no.
Oh, well, that
There's
was
barely
cool.
even light here, so
Right.
the
It was
reflection
really
is
worth
pretty-
a shot.
pretty
I really
dim.
thought that looking into the
No, that was
pedestal
really
would
clever. That was
reveal
really
something.
clever.
that was really smart. Like that
That
would
was
have
like,
been a really
that's
cool
like
puzzle.
smarter than
pedestal.
whatever made this. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Knowledge.
That's like private detective, like actually good at their job.
Wow,
Right.
that was
That's
actually really good.
Kind of what I do.
Wow.
Whoever made this puzzle.
That's
I really blew it, all honesty. Like that would have been sick.
Okay,
Brim,
so
I'm
just to
tempted to
recap
use
of what we
elementary
know.
here, guys.
Okay, so here's what we know. We know that's Mimir. We know
Yes.
this pedestal is to Odin. We know that Mimir and Odin were buddies.
yes.
We know there's a dimple in the pedestal, but we don't know what the dimple's for.
Yeah.
I also think that this could somehow be related to the fountain based off of some of the scenes that I've seen around here, but I don't know how that works. So I don't know if that's pertinent to our discovery.
What do you know about the all-seeing eye?
Well, the all-seeing eye specifically is usually Egyptian. It's the Eye of Ra,
Uh-huh.
unless I'm mistaken, DM.
Well, there's also the
Oh,
Eye of
there's
Providence with like
eyes are used in
Freemasons.
all sorts of things.
Yeah.
There is the all-seeing eye on our. I pull out.
Would you
a crisp
like to
American
roll
dollar bill.
in a learning check to
Whoa.
discover information
Wait.
regarding the eye of the all-seeing eye in Nordic mythology?
I would love
Oh.
to do that.
Please go for it.
Well, there
While
is.
she's doing that, I pull out a crisp American dollar
There
bill and
is
see
an
if the
eye.
all-seeing eye does anything.
Yeah, it's yes. Perhaps this is a Mason situation.
Just
No. The all-seeing eye, yes, is Odin's eye, but it is not the one that is currently in his head. Odin, at one point in time, this is one of the stories that relates to Odin and Mimir. Mimir, obviously the guardian of the pool of wisdom, Odin constantly looking for knowledge, asked Mimir once, "Hey, can I take a drink of your fountain?" Mimir said, "No." But Odin offered him something in trade. He offered his, I want to say left eye? No, his right eye.
Oh, wow.
He tossed it into the pool and then was allowed to drink of the water. The pool supposedly remained there, and because of the power of the water, was able to see everything.
I look at the water.
As Sylas is already like kneeling down, like squinting
Yeah.
after all the rocks and stuff.
Sylas, you're onto it.
Hey DM,
Yeah.
does the dimple in the pedestal look roughly eye-sized?
Well, if you hold up your hand and put your finger to your thumb,
Yeah, like I said, it's the eye. We got to put the
it's
eye in
about
there.
that size. So like,
Got to put.
Hey,
And-
guys! I don't mean to interrupt your conversation. Aubrey, do you know, are rocks ever associated with the eye of Odin? I'm just looking down at the water.
I mean, based on what I was just saying, I'm probably assuming that it's probably amongst the rocks in the water.
Hmm.
Do we
Alright,
know
can we
what
all
this
take a moment
eye
to
might
look for the
look
eye?
Like? We all look for the eye.
make an investigation check, each one of you individually.
Investigation.
Or I will allow one person to roll investigation with +3 die.
Who's good at investigation?
I'm really
How
good
many
at
do you have?
investigation.
How many dice do you get with investigation?
8.
You get
Okay,
7.
well, I get 4.
Let's all roll individually then.
I mean, yeah, technically speaking, it's more
individual.
advantage
Go individual.
if we all roll individually, because we all roll more than one die.
I got one
So.
success.
I also got 1 success.
I got 2.
I also got 1 success.
Oh, that's 5 successes, DM.
Did anyone
All
get 3?
collectively.
Oh,
No.
Aubrey did, because I'm
I got-
giving her my 1 die.
How that works.
No.
Oh, dang it.
You all are scouring the water. This is very much this isn't even needle in a haystack. This is like needle in a stack of needles, because all of these stones look roughly that size,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and all of them are relatively round.
Uh-huh.
But it's hard to really tell a distance, especially from on top of the water, how it
Yeah.
distorts everything and things like that. The water is relatively clear, especially around the base of this.
I'll roll up to Benedict.
Yes, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I stick out my hand.
Oh, are you offering to shake my hand right now? What
Yes.
are you doing?
Yes, shake my hand.
Okay, shakes his hand.
I'm requesting a service of you on behalf of my master.
Did he put you up to this, or is this
No.
your doing?
This is my doing.
All right, I'm intrigued. What's up?
Okay, turn around.
Okay.
I shoved him
Turns
into the
around.
water.
I knew he was gonna do that.
Why did you? Of course you knew I was gonna do it.
Totally.
Okay, why are we doing that?
And he's just like, he actually immediately just books it back to the pedestal and gets on, and then he
No,
looks
you
at,
have to look for the eye.
and then
What
he
are you
looks at
doing?
Lucio and he says, "What are you thinking? We don't know what properties this water holds or what could be in it. Yes, we
I'm
have the
too-
sight, but
I'm
that was
too
reckless
old.
once again. That's the
I
second
would get in
time.
myself, but I'm
That is
too
2
old and
strikes,
blind.
Lucio.
Go.
We're
Okay,
dealing with
what-
matters.
DM, I
above
put
us.
my
Don't shout
hand in the
strikes.
water.
Just go.
It is
Maybe-
really cold.
Okay. Does anything else seem to happen?
No, it's just water.
Okay, I jump in.
It's like ice cold water, though.
Oh,
Was there
see?
any-
There
was-
you go, Sylas.
As
This
far
is
as
reckless.
the story with Mimir and Odin, was there a special thing done with Odin's eye?
No, it just kind of laid to rest in the bottom of the murky waters.
Okay.
So there is I will tell you, there is a piece to this that you aren't fully noticing, which is not a surprise. You guys weren't super meant to notice it at the start. Benedict, I will tell you this. When you walked in here, when you opened the doors, there wasn't any sound. So you are kind of confused as to how, when the doors were closed, you heard the water.
That is
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, that's
Well,
no,
when you
I got it.
listen
I
to
get it.
the
I'll
door-
say it. I'll say it. Well, first of all, he says, Lucio, what bothers me the most is your ride. We can see better while we're in the water. That's clever. It's just, please just tell me next time you're going to push me into strange water. Second of all,
You couldn't tell. I'm sorry. I thought we had a thing going. There was a little bit of a bit. People
yeah,
were giggling.
aha, everybody's laughing. Yes. If you can remember, when I listened to the door, we heard rushing water. But when we walked inside, there was none. Why would that be?
There's water in the door?
Maybe. Hey, DM, did we close the door behind us when we walked in?
No, the door is still open.
We must close the
I will
door.
say, Sylas, jumping into the water would extinguish your torch as well.
I was gonna say I leave the torch like just on the
Okay.
thing.
Benedict will go, and if you guys are all right with it, I can go ahead and
Yeah,
close
you
this
go
door.
explore. I'll stay here with Sylas and make sure he doesn't drown.
Do we want to like?
What?
Yeah,
Silas, what are you doing?
Do we want to get out of the water before we like cause rushing water?
I mean, what are you doing?
Also,
Close
the-
it
the
wasn't
door
like rushing water, but it was
Running.
like the sound of movement water.
Okay,
the door
cool.
was closed. There was moving water. The water's not
Exactly.
moving right now. So maybe.
So if we close
So if
the
we
door,
close the
then
door,
it'll
maybe
be
something
moving
will
water.
happen.
It just makes sense. So how about you all
Treading.
hold on to the pedestal? I don't
Silas,
know what'll happen.
get out of the water.
I'm
get
going
out
to
of the
close
water.
this door. Ready?
After I get
Be
out
on
of
your
the water.
best. Okay, 3, 2, 1. And he slowly pushes the door closed until it clicks.
The dim bit of the light coming from that far hallway slowly closes. As you close the door, you pull them back shut. It is much darker, but you do still have those two torches, one of which is held by Lucio. The other one is just kind of laying on the pathway. There is a small sound. It isn't the sound of rushing water, but it's kind of like a very slight creaking and groaning sound. As you notice, specifically Aubrey, you would be the one most likely to notice this. The mouth of Mimir moves slightly.
We all get doused. Splash zone.
Do you hear that?
The mouth moved.
What do you mean the mouth moved? It's solid stone.
The mouth moved.
Mirror.
Benedict moves
No,
closer.
I don't think it's actually going to be able to talk to you, Lucio.
How cool would that have been if he started talking to us?
Does
That would be pretty cool, but I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Do we continue to hear water?
Oh no. What it sounded like is like, like it's like a conveyor belt that started and then stopped. Not the exact sound of a conveyor belt. Instead, imagine it as a sound of like hundreds upon hundreds of pounds of stone moving against each other.
Right.
But you don't think that the mouth has finished moving.
Bless you, Lucio.
Finish.
There's
thank you.
more to this sequence. We must get that mouth open. What could it be?
So we know. Okay, so we closed the door, and that's when we heard rushing water. Is there anything else that we changed when we came into the room?
I mean, there's the torches.
We did bring in torches. Do we want to put out the torches?
Well, I think it'd be in our best interest if we at least checked the walls of the cave up to the water.
Okay.
So I guess I would
We'll do that.
assume we kind of split up maybe groups of 2 with torches, because we have 2 torches, and just look along the walls real quick. Knock that out.
Because you would have to be in the water to look at the walls.
Well, yeah, but wasn't there like once we entered the room, there was a bit before the
No,
water started? Oh, okay.
the doors are flush to the wall.
Right, gotcha. then that idea is out of the window.
I say let's just put out the torches quick. We can relight them.
Can we relight them? Do we have something to light them?
It would be difficult.
I have a hurricane lamp, which you would assume that I probably have a way of lighting that.
Yes.
Would
So
that
you
be able
have-
to light the torch?
You have like a small little like pocket flint and steel.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Benedict smoked.
You also have a box of matches, I would assume,
Yeah.
probably on you.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
waterproof? It's hard to know, but I would doubt it at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did shove him in the water.
Yeah, we did.
But we
I
showed
didn't fall into
Benedict
the
in the
water.
water.
Right.
Yeah, but
I also
Ben,
have
I was
matches.
talking about him with the smoking. So what do we want to do?
It's
with
the
that?
pedestal. That's the only other sequence I can think of. We either need to find that eye or figure something else out. I think it's worth maybe peeking in the water.
Wasn't there something where we put together the clues and discovered the mystery, the answer to the mystery?
Yeah, Benedict has elementary.
I know.
I do
know.
have elementary. Do I want to use it for this? It's a puzzle.
Or I could-
Well, here's
I
the
could
thing.
use my insight to gain
Here's
a
the
vision.
problem with the elementary. If it is in fact just finding an eye within the pool that's around the pedestal, if
That's
is
a total
actually the
waste.
answer, then like I'm just gonna learn that is in fact how we learn the puzzle. I won't actually learn where the eye is, I don't think. Or I'll find
Okay.
like some secret in how to find it. I don't think it's worth using right here.
Well,
I-
let's explore this option.
I-
How about Benedict and Sylas actually hop into the water and see if they can't find the eye real quick?
I'm okay with that. If we actually inside the water, look, how about that? Sylas, Lucio had a point. We need to look in the water. And I suggest we do it quick. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Just looking
Are you
down here.
out of the water or are you still in there?
We're out of the water on the pedestal.
I got out of
Silas,
it
you're
because
still-
everybody was worried that the Russian water would be a problem.
It's just
Right.
real cold. That's the only thing.
So,
And
so
if
the
we just
water that
stick our
I
heads-
just got out of, you want me to go back in?
Well, we could just stick our heads in the water and maybe look around. We could stay on the pedestal if we wanted, unless we really wanted to swim down there.
I suppose we could try that. I don't know how beneficial that would be, but
Roll investigation checks again.
we could certainly try.
Let's knock this puzzle out, boys. Come on, buddy. 2 successes.
One
Two
success.
successes. And 1 success.
That's not enough to spot it with your naked eye. There's a lot of stones down here.
Okay.
Bum deal.
You'll see.
I guess
So, okay.
I'm gonna use elementary.
Well,
Wait.
What more could we
I still think we should try
We
the
can do
torches.
it. We can do it. We can do it.
I still think we should try the torches thing.
God, yes. Try the torches.
Yeah, try.
Or put out the
Wait.
torch.
Wait. Yes.
Putting out the
Put out the torches. Put out the torches.
But
And maybe it'll
first,
glow because it's a god's
I-
eye.
first of
I
all,
dumped
maybe,
the torches.
Yeah, okay.
You got them wet.
Now we can't
Darkness
relight.
as
Now we can't
the
relight
last
Do it.
as the last embers fade from the torches and the room is plunged into a pitch black. There is a thin blue light that arcs over the runes of Mimir's forehead, following the lines carved into his flesh and bone. A kind of thin baby blue, more bright than that, light fills the cavern, but it stops at the water's edge. It doesn't illuminate that pitch black water. But what does is a small white light just at the northern edge at the very bottom of the pool. And it does appear to be coming from a stone.
That's it.
We did it. Okay.
Silas, do the honors.
Yeah, I jump in.
Excellent. This will take, I will please make a force check.
Force check.
Check.
Yep. This is a deep pool, and it is also startling cold, and it gets colder the lower you go.
Ooh.
1 success.
That is enough. You swim down there. You pluck, sure enough, a perfectly smooth, round stone. Swim back up. It is still glowing in your palm. You get back up to the pedestal and set it in.
Oh,
yeah.
The rest of the mouth opens. It stops for a moment. The rumbling of that mouth ends, and you hear another sound as the walkway that was originally connected to that door rumbles.
Uh-oh.
And everything on the walkway that you are standing on, the like circle that surrounds the pedestal, everything but the pedestal begins to pivot and grind through the water.
That's epic.
Very slowly, but it begins to move around the circle of this room. As it does, Aubrey, you are like standing as like it pivots around you. You do notice that there is writing on the eye that you can see. You kind of translate, wisdom is best found in the dark.
It's best.
Eventually, it makes a full 180 degree turn and then rests against the far opposite end of where you entered wall, where you do see there is a thin outline of light coming from another of those iron doors. As it hits there, you hear another squeaking sound and then a rumble. Sylas, you are standing next to the pedestal still, kind of like, okay, you've stopped moving now. You feel a drop of water. Then another drop.
No.
We're going. We gotta go.
We're going.
Go.
Good work,
A
Sylas.
torrential downpour of water floods.
Is it cold?
I put my arm underneath around Lucio and help him hobble faster.
Benedict will accompany Aubrey and help her run.
Yep.
You
You sprint to these doors. They are, let's see, if the last ones were pull, then these would be push. You are able to push them open, slam the door shut. There is some leaking of water. It is quickly filling the room as it gushes out these doors. I'm going to need a force check from someone because right now the water is keeping these doors open.
It's me.
You have a -3 to that.
Yeah, you do from your physical conditions have a -3 to any physical rolls.
That gives me 5 in that.
It's better than me. I only get 1.
What about you, Sylas? How are you doing with force?
For force, I have 4.
Physique.
You can add a +1 to Lucio's roll.
That's
Lucio,
fantastic.
the man, the myth, the legend.
Even as I can't breathe. Oops. Okay, one more.
Well, you know,
2 successes.
Push, Lucio.
2 successes.
Yes,
You and Sylas both get on either side of the doors that have been like pushed open by the water. Before it is like too pressured, you guys manage to. And Sylas, you close your door. Lucio, you get over. You grab the remaining edge of Sylas's and just kind of shoulder shove it, and you do hear as the door seals shut.
Good work,
I
guys.
just like put my back to the door, like slide onto my butt.
You can hear that water is still filling the room behind the doors.
Take it easy,
Oh,
Lucio.
no going back now.
Guess there's only one way forward. Sylas, that was good swimming.
Where are we?
I should be like bending steel bars with my teeth or something. I'm in the wrong profession.
Isn't it still like... Now is it pitch black where we are?
No, there is light coming from this hallway. You can't tell from where, but there is like a kind of flickering glow that comes from farther down.
And it's like a torch-esque light, right? It's not like blue or anything?
Yeah, it isn't any fancy light. This is fire.
Cool.
At this point in time, let's go to our like little break.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
There's a quick 5-minute break or something like that. We will see you guys on the other side.
All right.
That's the break. Welcome back. Break done. We're ready to rock and roll. If you weren't here for the first hour, they found a pool, found an eye after a lot of confusion, and now they're in a different place.
Woo!
Done. Figured it out.
We've done really well so far this episode.
Been pretty good.
The Riddle Boys have struck again.
This is
I
Riddle
can be a
Boys
Riddle
the
boy
campaign.
now.
Riddle Boys.
You can be a Riddle Boy.
Yes, finally.
That's like my job is to do riddles.
Are now located in another like kind of stone hallway. This one is not just a like slate gray stone. This seems to almost be like a carved marble. Well, okay, marble. There's also like grays and browns, more of like a sandstone as well, as it kind of like layers and flickers through the walls themselves. Additionally, the drawings have changed once again to more of like Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff like that.
Is it the all-seeing eye? It's the eye of Ra? Is it right?
Yeah, those are included. It's a whole bunch of different stories and things like that. The hallway moves upwards. It is at an upward slope.
Hallway goes up.
Seems we're going up now. That's a good sign, right?
Question, DM.
Yeah.
How long have we been doing this?
Roll a learning check for me to see if you can keep track of time.
I would hope that we're headed towards the surface. Maybe we'll actually end up on top. That would be great.
You would think, I mean, bandaging up Lucio and making sure that he's not dead took a while. Lucio, it isn't like you just like, and now I'm awake. It probably took about an hour for you to wake up.
Yeah.
It was about 9. You would assume that it's probably around midnight. So around 2 or 3 hours you've been down here.
Great.
Well, we probably shouldn't stop too long. That room is still filling up. We don't know how strong these doors are.
We make our way up?
I think
Lucio,
so.
can you continue? You seem out of breath.
Well, I will be out of breath for probably the rest of my life, so...
I again kind of hook his arm over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And
Give him
help
Benedict
him.
offers his arm to Aubrey to like, what's that called? Like lean on, kind of.
Lean on me when your foot's not strong.
When your ankle's broke.
I'll let you hobble on.
You guys hobble up the stairs, and it's not stairs, it's a slope. I don't know why I said stairs. And reach another set of doors. These are like gold and black steel. Egyptian filigree on the outside. Instead of being like that kind of like standard arch door, these are actually triangular. The Egyptians love their triangles.
Yep, that's right.
Egyptians do love their triangles.
Do these doors seem to pull or slide open?
They kind of work like flaps almost, where they are push, but they push upwards like diagonally.
How heavy are they?
You don't know. You haven't tried to open them.
Well, we try to open them.
Heavy but manageable is the answer to your question.
Okay.
Lucio.
Once again, you are assisted by good engineering. Like these are well balanced doors.
That's good. I like good engineering.
But you push them open, let everyone else go through. You're like,
Thank you, Lucio.
go underneath, and you're like, you let go, and the door very peacefully swings back and shuts with a
With
thud.
that soft close hinges.
You know-
Oh my gosh.
Pythagoras believed geometry played a bigger role in the universe than just simple mathematical application. The triangles. Triangles are actually like the strongest structural shape.
Really? I thought that was a circle.
No, because it naturally distributes its weight evenly. So it's the least likely shape to collapse.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Aubrey, you're wicked smart.
I know.
In this room.
How did you obtain all of that knowledge? Do you just read? Is it just a hobby?
I think she
No, you
drank
went to
from the
school.
pool of wisdom.
It's kind of my job.
That's not it. What do you mean your job?
I'm a historian. I kind of need to know a little bit about everything.
Is there anything in specific?
So what do you mean? Like what I specifically look into?
Yes, I'm just curious. You're
it would be the
extremely
in-between.
talented.
But I don't tell most people that because they don't actually believe that.
Hold on. You say you actually study this in-between, this beyond?
Right, that's why I know so much about the different legends and lore.
How could you possibly study something so evasive? Most people don't even know it exists.
Legend and lore, but I know it exists, so I know how to look for it.
Right, it would make sense that legends are just a reflection of what people perceive the in-between to be.
Mm-hmm.
And you've dedicated most of your work to this.
Yes, pretty much everything. It's a lot like this big, like, infinite puzzle, and I'm looking for a very specific piece, but I keep finding really cool pieces that I can put together along the way that aren't what I'm looking for, but they're useful.
That's extremely intriguing to me.
Interesting.
I've never heard of somebody who studies the beyond. In a way, I would suggest that perhaps I do a similar thing, obviously in a different style. But throughout my investigations, my favorite ones involve the in-between, and I've had to obtain a large sum of knowledge about how it works. I'm just quite impressed. No wonder your works have been so helpful to me in my endeavors.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. The triangles. So it's actually connected to the number 3. And that's associated with numerology. 3 is actually thought to be lucky, like 3 times the charm kind of thing. That's kind of what goes on with the
3 chords
3.
braided are stronger than 2 kind of thing.
I discussed it in a previous episode, but I'm not going to stop her.
And the idea, and like the whole thing with like triangles specifically, is the idea of these 2 aspects coming together to make a third.
Like the pyramids. Right?
Yes, like the pyramids. And there's a bunch of things associated with it too. Like you've got the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit in Christianity. You've got Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades in Greek mythology. You've got Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto in Roman mythology.
More triangle-based things in nature.
Right. And there's also other little themes to it, like the mind, body, and the spirit, the past, present, and the future, life, death, rebirth,
Do the way
Still lays
think
down.
reflected triangle.
Aubrey,
What?
my brother.
Right, we're walking and talking.
Oh, you guys are just in a room.
Vinny, V
Oh,
is kind
we
of like
stopped
a
walking.
triangle. Right? Huh?
Speaking of what exactly this room is, this room is, this is a square room. It's a good square.
Triangular room?
No, it is not triangular.
Darn.
But if you put 2 right triangles together, you'd get a square.
That is,
So it is
absolutely correct.
Triangular
Painted
room.
on the floor. It is a much more rough textured floor than the rooms that you've had previously, and painted in like very old style paint where it's very rough. You see an image of a like hieroglyphic man with a snake head. It is once again bright here. As for why, you're not entirely sure. It almost appears as though like from behind some of the like white marble or like crystal kind of formations, there is some form of light that is coming through them. Painted on the ceiling is the image of a woman. With no particular defining traits.
How big is this room, you said again?
You would put it, this is a pretty small room.
Okay.
You would put it at probably like a 15 by 15.
Okay. Benedict will say, Aubrey, do you know anything about any of these symbols, what they mean, or this woman?
By the way, Sylas, you've been kind of staring at the room while they've been talking.
Right.
You do notice, well, actually, can you just roll a vigilance check for me?
Okay. Am I using my talent?
No, this
for all
is not
this?
tracking.
No. Okay. Just making sure. So vigilance check. Okay. Nope.
Okay, great. Never mind. You don't notice anything.
Aubrey, do you know anything of this? And Lucio, you've mentioned you've been to Egypt. Perhaps you know something as well. I'm afraid I don't know much on this matter.
Do I know anything?
Well,
roll a learning check.
specifically about the things in this room. I know you know things. And Lucio, do you recognize any of this from your travels to Egypt? Which I'm very intrigued by the way.
2. Well, you definitely recognize the figure on the floor. The figure on the floor you would assume to be the Egyptian god Geb, the god of the earth, which would mean that, assuming that this follows Egyptian religion and lore, the woman on the ceiling would probably be Net, the goddess of the sky, but it is spelled N-U-T, like the word nut. Because in original Egyptian, they didn't really do vowels, so it was just N-T.
Like a nt?
Yeah, it was just nit. So we don't really know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I'm going to say net because I don't want to constantly be saying like nut.
I appreciate
That's
that.
a grosser name to say.
Is that all I
DJ,
get?
we
All I
can
know
hear
about that?
I mean, Geb was the father of, was he the father of Osiris and Set? He was the, it's hard to tell if it's his son or grandson. Was Horus. He had a daughter Isis and a daughter Nephthys, the goddess of death. All sorts of things. For clarity's sake, Isis can also be known as Eset, which is the one that I'm going to use once again for a similar reason as I don't say nut, because it's a grosser name.
Good work, Aaron. You're doing great.
I'm really trying to keep it like good to go.
And then, do I know anything about any tie between Geb and Net?
Yes, it's kind of gross.
Once again.
Geb and Net are siblings, and at one point in time were also lovers, but they were separated by their father because he was like, that's disturbing and wrong.
Talking about Shu?
Shu, yes.
What?
Shu was the god of the air.
DJ, are you on Google right now?
Yeah, that's cheating, my guy.
I'm not cheating.
That's awesome. Hey,
I'm
he's
not
been
cheating.
to
It's the
Egypt.
family tree of the gods.
Apparently.
Not uncommon knowledge.
And I'm assuming
This makes
she
a difference.
relays this?
Oh yeah, just assume anytime Aubrey has like Aaron is like talking at a normal speed, Aubrey is saying this stuff about 2 times speed of that.
Besides, can you roll another vigilance check for me?
And
One success.
and
So we
Lucio.
know.
Success.
So is that the only stuff in this room?
Yes.
Okay.
Silas, the ceiling seems a bit closer than it did when you entered.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's really interesting.
Guys.
Well, there's no way to separate them,
I hate
guess.
to alarm you, but we're on a timer.
What do you mean?
How do you... I don't...
The ceiling.
We're only
is
about
slowly-
2 to 3 hours in if I'm keeping
The
track.
ceiling is slowly collapsing in on us.
What?
collapse?
Is it that the ceiling is coming down or we're going up?
Either way, we're going to be smushed.
I was
This
asking
is
you
bad.
that.
We need to work quickly.
Oh, roll an investigation check for me.
Yeah, Lucio, do you know anything of this? You're from Egypt. Not from, you've been there. I mean,
I'm from Egypt. I am Egyptian.
are you just joshing with me, or are you actually from
One.
Egypt?
You think that the floor is raising.
Okay.
Oh, because the Earth wants to be with the sky.
Yep, exactly. And we need to separate them because they're
Yeah,
siblings.
because
and
that's
this is
gross.
wrong.
We don't like that. No.
This is wrong.
Yes.
We must act as agents of Shu.
Aubrey,
Lucio, do you still have that?
you would also know. I'll just tell you this because you
seriously prop it up. Try to slow it down.
The next page of your sheaf of papers does say the lovers must never meet.
Right.
Lovers must never meet. We can't let them meet. Don't let them meet.
And this is wrong.
Okay.
This is bad.
What's in here that we could use to prevent them from meeting? Is there any
Don't you have that stick?
objects? Yeah, I got the stick.
No, this room is basically featureless.
Okay, what
It's
is causing
literally just the paint
the
on-
ground
on ceiling.
to raise?
Can you roll a learning check for me?
Hey
If
Aubrey,
you
what do you think is?
understand the mechanism behind this?
Hey Aubrey, the floor is moving. What do you
Floor is
think is
moving.
causing that?
Okay, what could cause that? Let me do some thinking in my pretty little brain. That does a 1 success.
One success. You would assume it's. I mean, there's a lot of things. It could be
There's so many
mechanical.
things.
The
It could be
entire
mechanical.
city of Chicago was raised on hydraulics.
We just had the whole
so-
city raised on hydraulics.
Does it look like there's a maintenance hatch?
No,
Dang it.
I can tell you this
Just
right
in the
now.
stone.
You said there was a
There is
light.
another. There are lights coming from like behind the like stone or crystal parts of the wall that kind of gives a soft like white glow.
Okay.
I would like to just briefly take the stick Lucio had and try to wedge it between the ceiling and the floor to see if I can slow it down.
What's the gap between the floor and the ceiling?
It's about the same amount of gap as the previous pedestal had with the thing that you're standing on.
So we're at like 5
We're
feet.
crouching.
We're like slouching.
How fast is it moving?
Oh, you mean the pedestal between the
Ceiling
floor
and
and
the ground
ceiling?
and the ceiling,
I thought
yeah.
you meant between the floor and the wall.
No.
You would say that there's probably, it is now at the top of the triangle of the door.
Okay.
So
So like 8 feet?
I don't. Yeah,
Maybe 7? 7
yeah,
feet?
probably 7. I'm gonna say 7 feet.
I'm gonna
My stick isn't
start.
7 feet long.
I'm gonna start seeing if there's any loose stones in the floor or walls,
This is a completely
or is it or
like
it's
on the
all just-
walls and stuff.
Yeah.
They are flat walls.
With the
For me.
depiction of Geb, is it like tile? Is it painted? How
It is
is it on
painted.
the floor? It's painted on the floor.
The father.
Okay.
That's what separated them. Who is the father of Geb and the Sky
Shu.
One? Shu. What is Shu known for?
Shu is the god of air.
Yes.
Well, air wouldn't help us much in this situation. Everybody blow on the walls.
We're blowing the ceiling.
They cannot.
Um,
They cannot touch.
Aubrey,
Aubrey, you're the
I'm
smart.
gonna, because you're in some general danger here.
Yeah.
Can you please roll a learning check for me? Because some things were said that might spark your memory here.
Come on, Aubrey. Use that brain.
5? Oh, just 1.
I wish.
The alchemical symbol for air is an upright triangle with a line through the top of it.
The triangle.
the doors.
There's different alchemical symbols. The one for fire is a triangle pointed upwards. Air is a triangle pointed upwards with a line through it. Water downwards. So downwards, and then Earth is a downward triangle with a line through it.
I look at the triangle around the door.
Whoa.
The triangle around where?
The door.
The door, the doors are triangles.
Doors
Is
are
it-
triangles.
So doors, is it a pointed up triangle or pointed down?
At the moment, it is a triangle pointed up. When you entered, the door swung. Let's see if I can. Is there a better way? The door swung up on that hinge.
Yeah.
Up.
I go
Okay.
and put my stick against the top of the triangle to make the symbol for air.
That does nothing.
Water. Wait. What is it?
It's fire,
Fire.
fire,
Oh.
air, and then water, and then earth.
So the triangles look like the symbol for air.
So this is, as of right now, it's fire, but if we put a line across
Fire.
it, then it's air.
Then it's air.
Does that
We
look
need
like
to.
And
Get a line
the
across.
I should mention the doors with the golden filigree are in the shape of a line. So like
What?
there
door-
is a gold line across the top of the door
So
in
they're
that like
already
golden
making-
filigree.
They're already making the symbol for air. The doors. The doors have something to do with it. Try to open them. Maybe that will keep the floor from rising.
They have that soft close feature. Maybe we can like jam them open.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you
Uh,
open them, then maybe the floor cannot progress.
Try
We
to open the doors.
again.
You pull open both of these doors. They swing open on the hinges. So it is now connected at the, well, it's not connected, but they do manage to kind of hit where the roof is coming down. They nestle into it. In order to keep them from closing again as the ceiling begins to descend, I'll need 2 people individually to make a force check, and I will allow the other 2 to apply +1 to each of those rolls if they would
All
like.
right, I got
I
this.
think
Yeah.
that is a Sylas and Lucio.
Oh yeah.
Lucio, you got it. One more
Definitely
time, buddy.
not Aubrey.
One more time. Pat him on the back.
All right, a force check, and we both get a +1 for that.
Yeah, Benedict is bracing Lucio. Like spotting,
Okay.
and that's
3.
my help.
Nice.
I 1 success.
Excellent. That's a lot of successes. So you 2 managed to swing the door open. The floor is rising, and the door swings out, and it catches just on the tip and does begin to move them upward out of the hinges. But the door swings, like they are swung open,
Uh-huh.
and the door moves, hits at the top, and it begins to bend a little bit.
Ooh,
And then
that's
there's a
not good.
shuddering sound, and the floor stops rising.
This is good.
There's doors on the other side of the room.
Is there doors on the other side of where?
Of the room.
No, not at the moment.
Well, now the floor has stopped, but what's that
Were
mean?
there doors that are just now covered up?
No, there are
Okay.
no more doors. The floor itself rose. So it is now like, so this is the strange part of it. The door is still level with the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So the doors rose with the floor.
Go back through the
Okay.
doors.
We can go back through the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Now that
So
we're
the
looking
floor-
through the,
It's like an
now the doors-
elevator.
now that we're looking through the doors, does it look like we're looking upon something else?
It's pretty similar, but if you look really close, you can tell that there are some distinctions between the two.
It's like
We
an
go through
elevator.
the
We just went
doors.
up.
Basically.
Yeah, we go back through the doors.
Excellent.
We just went up a floor.
I just want to make sure.
We level up, DM.
No,
That's a
you
trick
don't
question
get
because
level ups in this.
that's a trick
well, I mean,
question
you
because
do
we
in this game,
did
but
literally level up.
no, you don't. I get the joke, Grant. Not today. Not in my game.
At least we
Okay.
gained another story.
Not ever. You head back through this hallway. It's still at an incline, but a very slight one. There is one more door at the end of it.
Is it a triangle?
No, it is not a triangle. This is actually just a simple wooden door. It looks like it has been, like it is roughly hewn. You can still see like bark on part of it.
Benedict, listen to it.
You what? Oh, it's worth doing. It's also worth noting, we've traveled up again. This seems like a more normal door. It's possible that we're actually going to enter a place with other people in it, whether it's the Machiavellis
go
or what
listen.
else.
Go listen, see if you can hear
I
anything.
just want to say, just make sure you're careful and stay quiet. Gil put his ear to the door. His
Make a
pistol
vigilance
out.
check.
Okay. I love this. I rolled 1 success.
You hear there is like a slight crackling coming from behind the door.
The fire.
There's
Listen
also
harder.
like a squeaking.
Like rodents squeaking?
No, it almost sounds like it sounds kind of like a rocking chair squeak,
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say.
a chair squeak.
Yeah.
Okay, he says, I hear crackling. It's like a fire, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the sound of fire.
I hear crackling, the sound of fire.
How much?
And some,
How
just not much. It's not like a ton, right, DM?
Oh no,
like
it is a very,
almost
very
like a fireplace.
It's a normal, like a hearth.
fireplace-esque.
with a
like
chair
a
by
fireplace.
it in their study.
And I hear creaking, like that of a chair. I think somebody's in there. What
You
do
just
we
walk
do?
into someone's house and be like, whoa.
We obviously can't go back. This is the only way. Maybe we can reason with them.
Door locked.
I haven't tried it. I don't know if this is.
Wait, is there like a doorknob?
It's more of like there's just like a indent where you can like grab it. Like it isn't like a mechanism or anything. This
Okay.
is just a simple,
Grab it.
simple
and
door.
Slowly pull it open.
Just
Inside is a kind of like hardened mud room, not quite stone.
Okay.
There are vases and pots scattered all over the place. All of them standing like nice little neat rows. Farther down, there is like kind of a mud fireplace, that has been like hardened. And there's a fire, and there does appear to be a rocking chair with an older woman, kind of like a bronze toned skin, like Native American-esque with like kind of a grayer, like black and gray hair. A little like shawl, who's just like sitting in a chair, rocking back and forth, looking at the fire.
Any other ways out of this room?
Not that you see at this moment.
Okay. DJ, we
do you
can't
see?
hear you.
DJ, speak to us.
Hello?
There we
Now
go.
we can hear you. Oh, we didn't hear you that time.
Maybe I might just be quiet.
No, yeah, I
Hello?
think that's probably it.
Am I just coming in
Did
and
you
out?
say hello?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Hello?
No. He was saying hello to us with the mic.
Okay.
Oh wait, was he saying hello into the room?
No, I wasn't saying hello into the room.
Okay, just like
I was just
Lucio's
saying hello to you guys.
There
Hello?
isn't by
Hi.
chance another chair by the fireplace, is there?
No, not that you see.
Okay. I put my gun away.
Yeah, well, Benedict kind
First
of
mistake.
ushers Sylas back from the door and closes it softly, and he said, "Hear me out. Maybe we should have one of us instead of all of us barge in and see what's up. Perhaps
That
somebody who's
seems like
not
a
very intimidating, like
Very fine idea indeed.
Aubrey, maybe." What do you say?
I've learned a lot about the Native American tribes around here.
Maybe you could speak with her and just find out where we are.
Okay. I look at
Okay.
Aubrey. Please don't get hurt, Venus.
Try not to. Okay, Aubrey goes in.
Can we all be
Awesome.
like listening, like huddling in a group?
I
we're
would have
definitely
you-
doing that.
Unless they're like speaking quietly, I won't have you guys roll a vigilance check. You guys
Okay,
will
cool.
be able to hear pretty much what goes on here. You kind of pull open the door again, shut it. The woman is still sitting in her little rocking chair, very calmly rocking back and forth. She does appear to be like weaving or knitting or some form of like thread work.
Did the door make any noise at all?
Just a very soft, like click when you close it. But other than that, no, the hinges don't make any noise or anything along that line.
Hello?
She seems to acknowledge you, but doesn't like say anything or turn. But you think that she knows
She
that
knows
you're
I'm
here.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start to walk over. I'm so scared.
Yeah, you do. There's like a method to the madness of where these pots are. So you're like, oh, this is probably the path. So you kind of walk, avoiding these like big urns and vases and like ceramic pots and stuff. And eventually you get over and you do see that there isn't like a chair, but there is like almost like a small pottery stool that was hidden when you first entered by some pots and stuff. That is relatively near the fire. As you get closer, if you round the side, she appears to be like an elderly Native American woman, just sitting in a chair, normal face, normal limbs, normal person.
May I sit?
Oh, by all means.
She sits down. Hello.
Hello there.
What's your name?
Which one?
What would you like me to call you?
I suppose whatever you like. Most people just call me. You can call me grandmother.
What are you doing here?
Not a whole lot anymore. I weave and I make pots.
You made all these?
Oh yes, well, a few are from others.
From others, who are they from?
I've taught many people how to throw clay.
Do you know where we are?
Well, I suppose it's where I've been living. I think, Chicago now?
Yeah. There's a lot of other rooms around here. Do you know about those?
Most of those are, well, they're not mine.
Do you know who they do belong to?
I mean, I don't think they belong to anyone anymore.
Do you know who they used to belong to?
Whoever made them.
But you don't know who that is?
No, I tend to mind my own business. I'm only here because, well, this is where a lot of things happen.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I've been trying to help your kind for a very long time, and this just seemed to be where everything was coming to pass, I suppose. So I thought I might be of some assistance.
My kind? What do you mean by my kind?
Humans.
What are you?
Hmm?
Are you not human?
Most of the time, no.
What are you? Most of the time.
Depends on who you talk to, I suppose. For most people, at least in this place, I am Grandmother Spider. Although, I suppose that might be a little different. We aren't in Arizona now, are we?
No.
Oh. Where is Chicago?
Illinois.
Illinois. I suppose that would be... Oh, you actually see her... It's this weird effect where she kind of shimmers. And then instead of this old woman sitting in front of you, it is now like an older gentleman. And he says, well, in that case, they call me the Firekeeper.
Sorry, Lydia's nerding out a little bit. Okay. There, are you talking about the local tribes?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm nerding out. Okay. So that's you.
Yes, although my form changes depending on who knows of me.
Why?
Grandmother Spider is the Choctaw.
Why are you in... I already asked you that. Why? Lydia doesn't know what else to ask. There's so much more we need to know.
How do we leave? How do we move on? DJ, we can't hear you.
Why do we need a firekeeper? Does he know about the prophecy?
You like, correct.
I'm also muted. You also got like 3 buckaroos in the hallway.
You're right.
Just waiting.
Would you mind if...
For a good reason.
Would you mind if, I have some friends outside, if they came in?
I'm afraid that they can't right now.
Why not?
Benedict looks worried towards Sylas.
But we do hear this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I turn around.
Why not?
Lucio just leaves.
Well, I believe that this is a trial for you to conquer.
Benedict tries the door handle.
A trial for me to conquer.
He like,
No handle, but pull.
he like doesn't budge.
Oh.
Benedict just looks a bit defeated to Sylas and says, "This is bad."
What do you mean?
Well, it's your purpose, I assumed.
My purpose for
Well, it's your job. The other 3, this isn't for them.
Are you talking about me being a historian or my job coming in this room?
I don't know why, but because you entered alone, it must be you.
Oh no.
Destiny and fate is a strange thing.
They're a bit different. Destiny and fate.
Perhaps.
Do you know what I'm supposed to do to get out of this room?
Well, I believe you're supposed to be taught. I suppose that's why I was Grandmother Spider when you entered. I am the firekeeper to the Potawatomi, but my role there is a little different. Once again, he shimmers and is replaced by the older woman. And she says, "You know, when I first, one of the first stories that they told of me, I stole fire from the people in the East. No one thought I could do it, but I did. It was pretty impressive. But after that, no one knew who to take it, but the humans volunteered, and I taught them how to make pottery using clay in the fire and how to weave and spin. That's how I stole part of the fire in the first place, as I kept it in a clay jar. If I were to guess, I would assumed that that would be your job next.
To take the fire?
Well, to take some of it at least. It may come in handy. I still have the fire I stole burning right here.
I don't think that's my job. I don't think that's right.
Well, whose should it be?
Not mine.
I mean, you're the only other one here.
Benedict says from across the door, he says, "Just take the fire. We'll deal with it later."
Can she hear us?
Well, we can hear them through the door,
You
right?
can hear like a muffled... But it's like it's coming from a very long distance away.
Interesting.
So that's your fire.
Yes. You can have a bit of it, I suppose, but you need to learn... You don't happen to already know how to make pottery, do you?
Not particularly.
Well, I suppose we should get to learning. She slowly begins to stand from her rocking chair. But as she does, that's where we're going to end this episode.
What?
What?
Yep.
For real?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm terrified.
100%.
What just happened?
We're
we're
stopping.
ending the
This is
episode.
hours. We're
Oh my
ready to
God. No, don't leave me
gosh.
here.
Thank you, everyone, for stopping by for today's
is sad.
episode of
So bad.
Between the Rows 1871.
This is so
I'm
bad.
so scared. Oh no.
This is where Aubrey dies.
She's left alone.
Ah.
There's fire in her past. I don't know what that is. I'm concerned.
As everyone freaks out, thank you for stopping by today. I hope that you had a good time. I'm having a good time. No one's died yet. I'm kind of disappointed.
Nice.
Don't worry, I think
But-
we're about to fix that.
You're too big brain.
But we'll be doing this every week. We've got a good couple episodes left in us. So I think the only thing that I really have left to say is good luck and Godspeed. We'll all see you next time, Dungeoneers. Goodbye, everybody.
In 1871.